After the Mongol invasion of 1241, Hungary fortified its last northern pass. Every wall remembers the hands that raised it from bare rock. How do you raise a fortress where no flat ground exists?
Cliffs fall away on three sides, leaving no room for error.
Every stone had to be hauled 112 meters against raw gravity. Weathered limestone fractures without warning, splitting under its own weight. Mongol cavalry could return any season, and stone walls take years. Walls rose 1.2 meters thick, lime mortar bonding stone to living rock. Stone was too heavy for the summit, so upper floors were timber. Wooden ramparts defended builders while the stone core rose within. Only the ground floor was stone, its outline tracing the cliff edge. Oak posts locked into stone sockets, timber rising where rock could not. A stone tower, 10 meters by 9, would guard the only approach. By 1267, the first written record confirmed a stone castle existed. Stone by stone, the tower climbed above the cliff itself. In 1370, the castle became the capital of an entire county. Below the summit, timber and earth formed the first outer defenses.
Timber floors gave way to stone, transforming the tower into a keep.
Corvinus ordered vaulted stone chambers where only timber had stood before. A drawbridge on chains separated the middle castle from the summit above. Attackers would circle 180 degrees around one tower just to reach the gate. Iron pivot gates and rock ditches made the first entrance nearly impregnable. Two round towers held 11 cannon positions across multiple stories.
5 stories rose between the tower and bare cliff in 4 years.
A second gate and drawbridge doubled the defenses visitors had to pass. Walls thickened to hold casemates, gun chambers buried within the stone. Ottoman armies were advancing north, so gun towers joined the walls. For 3 centuries, no one had solved the summit's fatal flaw: water. Stone pulled from the well became walls for the courtyard above. Workers carved 70 meters straight down through solid limestone by hand. Rotting timber stairs gave way to stone cut directly from the cliff. Medieval stone was salvaged and woven into the new chapel walls. 3 gates, 3 drawbridges, and a 180-degree turn guarded the entry. Along the western wall, the Thurzo Palace rose story by story. György Thurzo connected both gates with a vaulted stone tunnel beneath a terrace. In 1800, fire consumed every timber in the castle in days. Rebels held the castle for 6 years, leaving walls cracked and roofs stripped. Siege after siege tested the walls, and each time, masons repaired them. 61 years after the fire, new timber rose within ancient stone. In 1868, the ruins became one of Slovakia's first museums. Stone walls survived. Everything they held was gone. Each room demanded craftsmen who could match work from centuries before. Only the lower castle was saved, the rest lay in ruin for decades. Terracotta tiles sealed the roofs, and the skyline returned to form. Centuries of grime lifted to reveal the Renaissance tomb beneath.
After the war, the state declared the castle a national monument.
Fresh lime plaster restored the white walls visible across the valley. Steel anchors now pin the cliff together where limestone cracked apart. The northern cliff face was splitting away from its own castle. 70 meters down, the well Francis Thurzo ordered still held water. Stone walls began replacing timber on the lower terraces by the 1400s. Palfi had rebuilt the ground floor in neo-Gothic style by 1906. Larch paneling and a medieval fresco brought the Knights' Hall back to life. Shepherd tools and folk textiles filled rooms once meant for soldiers. Nature exhibits filled rooms where Dubovets once watched for Ottoman riders. 600 meters above the river, Stone Age tools found their final home. New spruce beams replaced what fire had claimed over a century before. Original flagstones were lifted, re-leveled, and set back into place. In 1953, the state launched a general restoration lasting 24 years. Lead came windows returned light to rooms dark since the fire. Above the passage, a hole for pouring boiling pitch still survives. In 1977, the last scaffolding came down after 24 years of repair. Each pipe was cleaned and tuned until the Baroque organ sang again. Restoring the 1751 Baroque altar took conservators 13 patient years. Beneath the floor, a water pipeline mentioned in 1595 records still existed. In 2006, the restored chapel won Slovakia's Cultural Monument of the Year, a testament to its long restoration. Lime grout filled voids inside walls, where water had dissolved centuries of mortar. In 1922, Murnau saw this cliff and cast it as cinema's first vampire castle. A room in the Citadel now screens every film this castle inspired.
In 2019, the BBC filmed Dracula here, nearly a century after Nosferatu.
Netflix modeled Kaer Morhen from The Witcher on this exact profile.
Beneath 400 years of whitewash, portraits of the Thurzos waited.
A golden ring from the Thurzo family tomb became the treasury's centerpiece.
A mechanical turnspit and 18th century tin cookware filled the restored kitchen. Swords filled the weapon room, while canvases returned to the gallery. Glass retorts and copper stills recreated the alchemist's vanished workshop. Renaissance murals from the early 1600s still held their original color. Period furniture filled rooms, still bearing the Thurzo family coat of arms.
Restorers returned to the parsonage, the very building that started the fire. Where fire once raged, a multimedia exhibition now preserves Orava's ecology. In 2021, the bastion's 17th century oak ceiling opened to visitors at last. A €4.5 million project rebuilt the drawbridge and second gate. By 2024, the first gate looked as it had 4 centuries before. Silver coins from the salt trade route tell the story money carved. Hidden sensors let visitors watch the drawbridge rise through augmented reality. A 400-year-old fir trunk from the first museum still anchors the collection. Floral vault paintings and an 18th century reliquary survived every upheaval. LED fixtures hidden in stone ledges would illuminate the castle after dark.
Renaissance burial gowns from the Thurzo crypt are among the rarest textiles. At 600 meters above the river, a model maps every century of construction. One-star vault survives in the entire castle, each rib now stabilized. Beneath the floor, a rain tank carved in the 1540s still collects water. 3 tour routes now thread through 154 rooms across the castle. A grand tournament in the courtyard would celebrate 8 centuries of survival.
Visitors climb 754 stairs through 3 levels of castle and cliff, maintained for ongoing access.
Sensors on the cliff measure rock movement to the 1/10 of a millimeter.
Every morning, 154 rooms open across 3 levels for 186,000 visitors a year.
Construction never truly ends at a castle built across 8 centuries. From the summit window, the view has not changed in 800 years. Lime mortar mixed today still bonds to stone set 8 centuries ago. What began as survival became the castle that terrified even cinema.
Ever wondered how the modern world was built? It was shaped by engineering. Subscribe to Industrial Evolution.